study,
and play come together on a Windows 11 PC.
And for a limited time, college students get
the best of both worlds.
Get the Unreal College Deal. Everything you need to study and play with select Windows 11 PCs. Eligible students get a year of Microsoft 365 Premium and a year of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate with a custom color Xbox wireless controller. Learn more at windows.com/student offer. While supplies last. Ends June 30th. Terms at aka.ms/collegepc.
That song was called Don't Gotta Fuck With Me because you don't gotta fuck with me. And today's episode is actually called Misunderstanding. Because, I mean, we all feel like anybody can be let go. Like friends, family, whoever. Have you ever had a misunderstanding and you just you never spoke to that person again? Yeah, let's get into it. So before we go on, let's do a moment of silence for the ones who aren't here with us today. Coming up on the couch, April 30th is going to be Fuck Fentanyl. May 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th is going to be Prison Jail Felon Talk. If you have a story to tell, come share it on the couch. Trust me, we want to hear it. May the 6th is going to be Sickle Cell Talk. May the 12th is going to be Autoimmune Disease Awareness. May the 13th is going to be Swept Under. May the 18th is going to be Mental Health Talk. May 21st, we're going to have Tai Marie. She's going to be speaking with us on our menopause surgeries and more conversation. So she's going to be here talking more about it with, giving her experience about it. I'm super excited to have her on the couch. That's on the 21st of May. May 28th is going to be Shroom Talk, and May 30th is going to be Fuck Fentanyl. Some of these subjects are staple subjects that we talk about every month. So if you like, didn't we just talk about that? Yeah, that was the month. You feel me? Like, we do this every month. Some of these subjects we, swap out. Like menopause surgeries and more, we swap it out. Sometimes we Stop the Violence. And sometimes we don't do Shroom Talk every month. So, and we also don't do Swept Under every month. Because it's sometimes a lot of people can't talk about that. And bringing up that subject, I don't want to, bring up any bad memories for people. So, happy birthday to my daughter, Lilith Marie. First of all, shout out to all the fur moms and fur dads, because I know, just like myself, I look at them like they're my kids. And my baby girl just so happens to be a Taurus, just like myself. Shout out to all the Tauruses. It's Taurus season. Okay. My birthday is Friday. If you in the Oklahoma City area and you do want to come party with me, it's grown and classy. Like, this ain't finna be we meeting at no club. No, we meeting at a classy place. I'm talking hors d'oeuvres. Maybe not no hors d'oeuvres, but you get the picture. So, come party with me. Shout out to all the Tauruses. I love y'all. Even the ones that I don't like, I love y'all. Yeah. Anyway, so today's subject is misunderstandings, because a lot of us have had a misunderstanding with maybe more than half the people in your life. They happen so often that some people don't even recognize it when it's happening. They happen so often with so many people that some people get so used to, if it's one misunderstanding, that's it. Like, you're gone. We're no longer friends. We're no longer cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, even when somebody realizes that they are wrong, they still aren't man or woman enough to apologize and be like, yo, I ain't gonna lie. I know we had a misunderstanding, but I fucked up. I was actually wrong. You was actually right. See, people don't want to do that. That's why there's so many relationships that's broken right now, because of a misunderstanding. And even when the person finds out that they was wrong, they still don't want to come humble themselves and apologize. if a relationship is important to you, I don't give a fuck what the misunderstanding is about. If the relationship is that important to you, if you genuinely care about someone, if you genuinely give a fuck about somebody, and you love them, then that means that no matter what the misunderstanding is about, then you can get past it. That means that you can talk it out. That means that now I'm not saying, let them run over you or, but a misunderstanding is a misunderstanding. That means you literally didn't understand each other. That's it. And sometimes people get so frustrated. Sometimes misunderstandings can turn deadly. People have murdered behind a misunderstanding. And later on, they didn't find out that they was wrong. They was wrong after they murdered. It's over with. Your life is gone now because of a misunderstanding. You know how much effort it takes to keep anger and hate in your heart? I know you guys heard that growing up. It takes more effort to be hateful, and for some people it's just not. It takes nothing. You could be a Wednesday all day, but it takes a lot out of you because it takes your energy, your good energy that you need to be using to spread love and whatever else, even to yourself. You are allowing that to happen, and you're depleting your good energy. When all it takes is, mind you, this is if you give a fuck about the relationship, because thank you for the gifts. I've had people that tell me that they love me, right? I'm talking, I got history with some of these people for a long, long time. But a misunderstanding, they didn't give a fuck about the relationship enough to come back and apologize, even though that they were wrong. Or even come back and be like, yo, even if I'm not wrong. Because we get tired, I know I'm not the only one, of always being the one to putting forth the effort in these relationships and friendships and family ships. It's like, let me see if you care. And sometimes the test, how sometimes we say, oh, I don't test nobody, but we all test people. I test them like if we get into it, or if we have a misunderstanding. Thank you so much for the gifts. Or if we have a misunderstanding, I test them like, let me see if you come back. Let me see if you get on the internet and try to drag me, make up some shit. Because even when people know that they wrong, man, how many times have somebody else been wrong and they drug you or made you feel like you the motherfucker that's wrong? Or they treated you like you did something to them. How many times has that happened? A lot. So what you test and what you see is, look and see what they say on the internet. Look and see how they treat you after y'all have had that misunderstanding. Do they care about the relationship enough to not go to the internet? Because number one, I got your phone number. I know where you live. You know what I'm saying? I fuck with you. I really love you. Like, I look at you like you my family. So why would you take it to social media? Why would you take it to somebody else's ears instead of the person that you actually gave a fuck about? Even if you don't realize, even if you need to cool off from a misunderstanding, can you come back from it? Can you right your wrongs? Can you say, hey, I ain't gonna lie, I fucked up. I was wrong. Can you admit to being wrong? And I say this all the time on the couch, but people are allergic to accountability. Because it all boils down to accountability. Almost everything that it comes, when it comes to like friendships, relationships, whatever, it comes to taking accountability. People don't like to do it anymore. It seems like back in the day, people were more truthful, and they didn't even give a fuck if they hurt your feelings. Matter of fact, they aim to hurt your feelings. You know what I'm saying? I'm as real as possible and hurt they fucking feelings so they can know I'm a real ass motherfucker. And it will come to a point where people be like, damn, you know, you ain't even a real ass motherfucker no more. You just rude as fuck. You know, so when people aren't like that no more, it's so different. Like, times are so different. Friendships, relationships, everything is on social media now. I'm not the type of person, y'all won't know all the good things that I do because that's not the type of stuff that I'm broadcasting. Now, I'm not saying that the stuff that I'm broadcasting is bad. I'm saying that if it was something like I'm doing charity work, that's charity work. I'm sorry, but that's not for y'all to see. I'm so sorry. I'm not doing this for likes and views. This ain't for me. I mean, this ain't for you. This is for my salvation, not y'all's. I don't need y'all to be, yeah, I'm on 10th Street with the homeless people. What? They don't want to be on camera. They not on camera. They motherfucking self. Why would I put them on camera? Unless I'm doing a story and they say, hey, you know, I don't mind. And anytime I've ever interviewed somebody that's homeless, I put money in their pocket. Like, yo, you know, here, get you something to eat. Thank you so much for taking your time out of your day and doing this with me. But other than that, you're not going to see me giving out anything to y'all in front of y'all, like, because it's not for y'all to see. This is for the person that need me when they need me. And when it happens, it's not something that needs to be broadcasted. Everybody has gotten into a habit of wanting to broadcast the good. Like, that's going to help you get to heaven. Newsflash. That's not what's going to help you get to heaven. They not taking tally marks like, okay, he did. No, they not doing that in heaven. They not looking at your social media accounts. They don't follow you on TikTok. They don't give a fuck about the new TikTok dances up in heaven. I promise you that. Like, I mean, I don't know for sure, but I got a wild guess that they don't give a fuck about that. Do you? Tell them. Okay, he gonna tell y'all one day in his own way. But I know for sure that if he's speaking through me right now, that he know the fuck that y'all need to stop. What? That's not how you get your salvation. You don't have to broadcast everything. Just like if you get into, now I'm like, you know how sometimes when people be like, well, if you drug me on the internet, I want my apology loud and proud on the internet. I don't even need an apology on the internet if you try to drag me or any of that. I don't need none of that. I need genuine motherfuckers that if you are going to apologize, you really genuine. Don't give me no bullshit, because like they say, you can't bullshit or bullshit. Okay, so anything can be a misunderstanding. And it can ruin a relationship, a friendship, a family ship. It can ruin an empire. Is someone that you're into it with or that you have a miscommunication with, is that person worth the fight? Because if they're not, if they aren't worth the fight, then months, years, decades can go by and you would never speak. You're not going to reach out, nothing. Leave it as it is. And that is fine. But imagine that you know that you was wrong and you live your whole life watching a friendship, a relationship, a family ship pass you by. All because you don't want to apologize if you was wrong. Matter of fact, both of you was wrong. Well, who is going to apologize first is the question. Because I'm wrong for yelling at you, and you wrong for yelling at me. And now we got this miscommunication. Now we got this misunderstanding. And now we're not even talking. Now it's like any history that we had is out the door. That's gone. All I can think about now is the misunderstanding that we had. Are we going to fix it? Is that person worth it? And if they're not, like I said, it's okay. Move on. What's there to talk about? Nothing. It's nothing to talk about if you don't want it to work. If you don't want it to be forgiven. But we have to be grown enough to admit that there's a lot of misunderstandings in this world. And especially, I don't know if you guys are the type that can read a text message and think that you know how the person is saying it. And then you get mad. You're mad because you read the text message in caps lock. Oh, you're mad because you think that the person is yelling at you through text message. But who made that rule up that if you type in caps lock, that it automatically means that I'm yelling at you? Who made up these rules? I don't know why people get the habit of reading. They'll be like, yeah, she said even when some people realize they wrong. Oh, this is caps lock. Now she yelling. Now he yelling. That's not what they said. It doesn't really matter why they put it in caps lock. Unless you hear their actual tone of voice, you don't know. People misunderstand text messages and Facebook posts and posts all day long. Somebody might be guilty about something, and then they scroll down Facebook and they see your post and it say something that's aimed towards something that they feel guilty about. Don't got nothing to do with them. Nothing. But they automatically feel guilty, and now they unfollowed you because of a misunderstanding. The misunderstanding is they thought that you was talking about them. And you probably was talking about somebody in your family, your baby dad. You could have been talking about anybody in the world. You know how many people unfollow me a day? I mean, you know how many people unfollow you a day? You don't never know. Because people get offended about the craziest things. People misunderstand things. It's crazy. Like, they'll read something that you type and they think they know how you said it. How are you able to do that? You guys are magic. That's magical. That is super fucking magical, to be able to read a text and automatically know exactly how the other person is saying it, or what they're feeling, or their emotions when they're typing it. That is so magical of you guys to do that. And diabolical that you actually get mad and unfollow someone or block them or even start talking shit when you truly don't even know. Magical to know. It's so magical. Like, literally, you guys, if you're able to do that, you need to be in a Guinness World Book. Something. Because, what? Nowadays, 90% of misunderstandings are through social media. Through something that somebody posted, a meme, or a text. Something to do with a phone. Something to do with the phone are 90% of misunderstandings. I don't know if you guys realize that. Think about it. When a girl goes through her guy's or her girl's phone, vice versa, it's a misunderstanding. They could have read something that was text in a funny way and they took it the wrong way. And now y'all broke up. When really, you wasn't even doing nothing with this other person. They was just being funny. And they caught the ass end of a text. And it looked like something. Sometimes something can just look like something and it really ain't even nothing. It's a misunderstanding. Y'all are so leery of everything that you don't even believe that it's a misunderstanding. Like, it could genuinely be a misunderstanding. I remember one time I was texting, somebody had texted my phone and I was like, you got the wrong number. I said something else, but when I was typing, it came in caps lock. And the person texted me back and was like, why would you be yelling at me? You don't even know me like that. And I got to thinking, like, maybe I've been in prison too long because I don't know. Like, are you telling me that you can hear me through me typing? Or are you telling me that you could read my voice? I'm trying to figure this out because we got to make it make sense. You can't say that you are a smart person, yet you are reading a post or a text message and thinking that you know what someone is feeling or how they're saying it. You can't thinking that you're smart and then thinking that don't match. It just doesn't. It just doesn't. And we can agree to disagree. Is it a misunderstanding? Are you mad? Fight for who you want in your life. If it's a misunderstanding and it can be talked about, do it. There's no reason why you should hold on to a grudge just because you think it feels good to hold on to a grudge. You ever been mad and somebody said something and they almost made you smile? You like, leave me alone. I want to be mad right now. We do this sometimes. We want to be mad sometimes. I don't know why. Oh, it don't happen to you? Just me? Okay. And sometimes I be wanting to be mad. Sometimes I be like, but I'm also menopausing. So sometimes when I have those moments, I'm like, leave me alone. I want to be mad. So if it's just that you just want to be mad, just say that. But we have to, as adults, now, because we didn't grow up learning good communication skills. We should know them now. We shouldn't be this old right now not knowing good communication skills. We should know them verbatim. And we should be teaching them to our children and to the younger generation on how to communicate. Because you can't say that you know how to communicate and you looking at somebody's text message thinking that you know how they saying it. Are you communicating or not? Are you really genuinely teaching how to communicate or not? Because that's not it. You can hear when you say, you call your kid like, hey, Johnny. And they be like, what, Mom? Or, what? Which one would you get slapped in the mouth about? What, Mom? What? See, growing up, it would have been both of them. Because you don't say what to an adult. Right? But now we're older, and if we say it to each other, we don't look at it like, who? What you mean? Slapped in the mouth. No, we can't think like that. And even back then, our parents should have communicated back then exactly why they didn't like the word what. Because to me, growing up, I'm thinking it's just like a regular word out of the dictionary. What's the problem with me saying what, Mom? Or what, Dad? What's the problem with that? I didn't understand it. But if they would have communicated to me instead of treating it like a misunderstanding, I wouldn't have had a misunderstanding. I would have understood if you would have made me understand. Sometimes we have to make people understand. Sometimes to get past the misunderstanding. And it comes with communication. You know, because you can't think that you're going to get past something if you're not even trying. You got to humble yourself and be like, yo, I ain't going to lie, I fucked up. Or even if I didn't fuck up, I care about you too much to have us still fighting like this. Why are we still fighting? Why are we not cool? Why are you not over here spending time and smoking a blunt with me? Like, what? Why are we wasting time on a misunderstanding? I love you more than the misunderstanding. I don't give a fuck about that misunderstanding, whether I'm right, wrong, or indifferent, or you right, wrong, or indifferent. Fight for your people. If you really fuck with them, if you really love them, fight for them. Ain't no reason why a misunderstanding should be going on for 2, 6, 7, 8 years. Ain't no reason. If you really care about somebody and you really fuck with them, you're going to fight for that relationship. You're going to fight for that. A misunderstanding will never stand in the way of real love and real relationships. That's friendships, you know, lovers, family. That's any relationship. There's nothing that can stand in the way. Nothing. That's if they do something that's crazy, then you know what your limit is. Then you're going to be like, hey, that stood in the way. Bye. But in reality, if you really fuck with somebody and you really love them, ain't no misunderstanding that you can't get past. Just saying. If you just now tuning in, it's the Couch Chronicles, where it ain't no fucking limits. I do this every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday from 8 Central Time, and every Wednesday and Friday from 9:30 a.m. Central Time. I know I've been coming on early. I'm coming on early. Listen, this is why I say subscribe to the channel. That way you know when I'm on. That way you don't miss a couch, because I'm actually an hour early. Only because it's the playoffs, baby. And we're going to be playing at 8:30, whooping some ass. Thunder up. So sometimes I do go live a little bit early. All you got to do is make sure that you got your post notifications on, because even though I enjoy my views, thank you guys so much. And even for the gifts, I love you guys, you know, and I appreciate all the support that I get, but I'm not like, I wouldn't be pressed if I didn't have no viewers. I would still be talking. I would still be talking, but I really, really appreciate it. You know, my message, I always believe this, you know, is for who it's for. So that's why I don't be hitting the share button or tagging a bunch of people when I go live. And I be having people like, yo, send it to me. And I'm like, no, because if the message is for you, you're going to remember that I'm live, because I'm live every day. But you're going to remember, or you're going to have the post notifications on so you don't miss the message. Because you never know which message is supposed to be for you. You might have missed every notification until today, and today's message must have been for you. I'm just saying. So, but if you do want to support the couch, and my birthday is Friday, I'm so excited. I'm so excited because, like, I'm a Taurus, and if any Taurus, if you're a Taurus and you hear this right now, then you understand exactly what I mean. We don't believe the world revolves around us. The world revolves for us. It revolves for us. We are part of the earth. Okay? Yeah. I'm just saying. But if you do want to turn up and show out for the couch, you can always send a donation to TRJ merch. It's never mandatory, but it's always appreciated. You know what? I haven't mentioned that in a long time, almost 2 years. But if you do want to support, help keep the lights on, TRJ merch. I love you guys so much. It's the Couch Chronicles, where it ain't no fucking limits. I'm out of here until tomorrow. I will see you guys tomorrow at 8 Central Time if we don't have a game. I'm just saying. And also follow the Facebook page, because I usually post if I'm going live early or if I'm not. Sometimes I do post it on the Instagram, but I always post it on the Facebook if I'm going live early. So, it's the Couch Chronicles where it ain't no fucking limits. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I will see you tomorrow. Good day.